Welcome, everybody, back to another great day of Pro League here live at the Nexon Arena. We are going to start the night with MVP versus Samsung Galaxy Khan. I am Valdez. With me once again today is Moonblade.
Yes, indeed, Losira, Valdez. It's great to be here once again. And the matches today are unbelievably close. Great lineups from both sides for all four teams.
Yeah, man, I think this might have been the day that took the longest for me to put in my predictions. It took me like 15-20 minutes, literally, to get through 8 picks for today. It's going to be extremely close. Losira versus BrAvO, the first matchup here. It's going to be on Vaani Research Station. And even with this, very varied views from all the casters today on who exactly is going to win.
Yeah, everyone's kind of having a hard time figuring out who actually has an advantage in these matches. They're so close. Great lineups from both sides, as we said before, and the maps really favoring some players. I mean, starting things off here, BrAvO versus Losira on Vaani Research. Obviously, BrAvO being that mech player, it's going to really favor him there, but no doubt Losira's going to have something planned for him.
Yeah, Losira's come out on this map many times and really tried to shut down the meching players and meching Terrans that we've seen before. And, he's definitely got a good shot. He's part of the reason why this is not an easy choice. Even between you and me, I think we only have like 2 predictions that are the same out of 8.
Yeah.
And that is very rare. Usually
rare.
Me and you are on a similar page.
Yeah, we had a difference of opinion. I had some feelings today going into this. I had to look at them. I was like, you know what? I think this is going to happen. And they were pretty interesting predictions, I got to say. Probably a little bit out of character from what I usually go with.
You're getting the wolf tingles in your elbow and other places on your body.
Getting the shakes all over, going towards some certain players, man. I don't know, the voice in my head saying otherwise.
Well, guys, here are the rankings so far for round 4. SK Telecom T1, big story of yesterday. Spoiler alert, they did go down 0-3 to Spenu. Spenu coming out super prepared for that one. As well as yesterday, KT Rolster taking the 3 over Prime, as is to be expected.
Yeah, to be expected, but man, still look what KT Rolster is, ranked 7 this round. Unbelievably horrible sort of start for them this far. And only 2 weeks left over as well.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Here we do see Zest has taken the #1 spot, but Hero and Biel will be playing today. Hero looking to tie Zest, but he will be going up against Maru later on today. So definitely not going to be an easy matchup for him either. Here is the second page of the winner's ranking.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much see who else is struggling to get up there. Innovation making some work done, ranked 10 so far with some great stats.
Yeah. And here are the lineups for today. Losira versus BrAvO, Blaze versus Deer in a PvP, then Gumiho versus Journey in a TVT, and then Departure versus Solar in a ZVZ. So lots of mirror matchups today.
Yeah, really favoring the maps. I do like that. Gumiho versus Journey is going to be very interesting to see. I'm liking where Journey's been so far. He's been playing great, and Gumiho always a fantastic player. Yeah, Blaze, another one of those up-and-comers, I guess, since he changed his name. He's kind of turned things around in his career. Losira and BrAvO going to be starting things off here. It's going to be a close match. It's going to really come down to what answer does Losira have for the mech play of BrAvO. Yeah,
and even more so than that, like I'm looking at where these guys are just today. We were watching BrAvO and Losira on the stage before we even, started the cameras rolling, and BrAvO was jumping around. He was shaking, like moving his wrists, trying to get ready. He looked very nervous, whereas Losira was just trying to joke around with his teammates and looked really confident.
Yeah, MVP played the most ace matches this season, which is an interesting statistic.
Whoa, 13 times. Wow. Over the course of this entire season. That's a lot. Samsung in a 6-game losing streak in ace matches.
They've been on a pretty heavy losing streak for a while. They really haven't been finding the performance they need in a lot of these play days.
Yeah, and that's a very interesting stat as well, just because it really points towards the fact that Samsung doesn't really have an ace player. They used to have Solar, but ever since his big fall down here in this season of Pro League, they really didn't have anyone that could step up to the plate, and they're like, okay, this is definitely the guy we're going to use every time.
Yeah, that's right. Well, here we go. Here's a look at our first player in our first match, Losira. He's pretty much the ace player for MVP. He's actually fantastic, a great Zerg player.
He comes out first many, many times, and then they use him for the ace match as well. They use him to get the ball rolling and also to close things out. I love the way this guy sits.
Yeah,
he looks like he's going to jump into his monitor and attack the other player.
He has the sickest focus, and he really is the player that sets the momentum for his team. And here we go. Here's BrAvO, and he's a lot of fun. He's very young, and he's kind of actually having some success this season. He's getting a lot more play time on Samsung Galaxy.
Yeah. Specifically in TVT, which is something we were talking about before the matches even started. This guy is 7-2 in TVT so far. Has only played one game against BrAvO, which he lost, and only 2-2 versus Zerg. So this is going to be a very big test going up against the ace player of MVP in Losira.
Yeah, you certainly kind of get the impression he might be a TVT specialist. Let's see what he can do against the ace player Losira.
Yeah, it's going to be an explosive game to start things off, guys. The map will be Vaani Research Station for MVP versus Samsung Galaxy Con. Let's jump into it right now. Down here in the south, in the teal, from the team MVP, it is Losira.
Some balloons.
Why does he have so many balloons?
I don't know. He's a lucky guy. Up here in the top for Samsung Galaxy, we do have BrAvO, the up-and-coming mech Terran.
I feel like the GG girls, they just draw whatever they want. Usually these pictures don't make any sense. Like, they don't even relate to the player at all. I think they're just like, let's troll everybody and draw a guy that's holding a bunch of balloons.
Hey, I mean, maybe it's like you can float to the top or something like that.
Maybe.
It could be something like
the message that was there was very generic. It's like, we're all cheering for your win today. Like, doesn't even make sense. Like, if someone knows about Losira and his balloons, definitely tweet at one of us or both of us. I'm at Brendan Valdez. He's at Moonglade AU.
I'd give him a balloon if he won.
Yeah?
I'd be like, there you go, Losira.
Imagine if that was the prize for winning an individual league. It's like, you get the Star League balloon. It's like silver or something.
It like goes down after like 1 day as well. It's like, well, you know, there's no money, but you got the balloon forever.
You keep the deflated balloon in your pocket at all times for good luck.
You wear it on your chest like you would a pin.
Yeah, you wear it on your chest or elsewhere on your body.
Wherever you want. Wherever you want, Valdez. You put it where
you can put it on the finger.
You're the champion, man. You can. Yeah. Well, let's have a look at the opening builds from both sides now that we figured out a great prize for the Star League. It's going to be CC first, Hatch first. Not a surprise in this map.
Yeah. We'll see how much more greedy Losira wants to be. If he wants to go 3 Hatch, he's just going to put down the pool here.
Yeah. Pretty early pool as well, mind you. That was actually, I believe, a 14 pool, so he kind of skipped making an extra drone before he threw that down. Maybe a little bit of safety first. Perhaps a little nervous of a proxy Rax Reaper.
Yeah. Could be that. I mean, it's a 2-player map. There are a lot of good locations to put something like that out on this map of Vaani Research Station. Also a very big cliff in your main, so just a bit of safety. Also kind of denotes a bit of confidence from Losira against BrAvO for me, where he's like, I just need to be safe. I can't die to anything like this because I am confident going in a bit later into this game.
Yeah, like the last thing Losira wants going into this is like, okay, I know what I'm up against in the mid to late game. It's going to be mech. It's about getting there safely so I can deal with it, because obviously Zerg needs such an economic advantage going into that time of the game, so they can go for timings or just take it to the late game and deal with that insane composition they can make.
Yeah. BrAvO knows what he's doing as well. Gonna abuse that back door, just going for the CC down on the low ground. No real safety from him so far, just taking it down greed lane for now. Going to be getting out the gas here. Maybe going to go for some Hellions for map control after that CC.
What do you think, Valdez, we're going to see? What do you think Losira could actually do in this kind of match to take down BrAvO? Because I feel like sooner than later is a better style against Mech Terran on this map. You know, it's pretty easy to get those 4 bases, and the 5th is kind of just going to split the map in half. Do you think Losira is probably going to go for a timing, or do you think he wants to take it to the late game?
Well, the thing about Losira is that he's definitely shown timings before. He was a guy that used to love to go for like +1 Roach timings against Terran, even against like Bio Terrans, just to try to shut it down early. But I'm not sure if he really needs to do that. I mean, there was a recent game, one that we were talking about yesterday, where Dark was able to take down BrAvO pretty easily. Of course, it was a different map of Coda. It was a bit harder for BrAvO to defend that 4th base, but maybe take a note out of that one, look at what Dark was doing, and just try to play like that. I think Losira could really go for either one. Yeah,
I do like that kind of idea because of how open the map is compared to some of the other maps like Echo or Coda, or all these, more a lot more choke point oriented maps. Same with Terraform. This one, the bases are very exposed. You see a 4th base on this map. You're going to need a pretty impressive SimCity in the middle of the map if you want to deflect something like Ultras.
He's actually starting Stim. So he's getting a 3rd base up here, a 3rd CC, rather, and is going for infantry upgrades. So are we actually not going to see mech out of BrAvO?
Well, this is like the biggest curveball of all, right?
Yeah.
I think everyone's expecting him to go for mech because it's pretty much all he's shown in Pro League so far. But with this Stim, I'm guessing he's mixing it up. He's like, you know what? I've been practicing, and I am not just a one-trick pony anymore. And this might actually catch Losira if he hasn't been on top of his scouting right now. And I think he has been. He's seen the... well, he hasn't seen the tech lab on the racks just yet, but he's going to go in with an Overseer.
Yeah, Losira is usually pretty good about getting this initial scout and finding out exactly what's going on. So he is going to see this. He's the tech lab researching, and he's going to be like, oh, okay. You're going bio.
Yeah, this actually might send off some alarms like, wow, okay, I need a Baneling Nest. I need it pretty soon, actually, because that Stim is half done. He could be moving up the map with a decent amount of Marines at some point soon, or even just a Medivac for them and create a lot of havoc.
I'm actually really excited for this game now because I voted for BrAvO on the idea that he was going to go mech on Vaani Research Station, a pretty nice mech map against Losira, and I wasn't sure if Losira was going to be able to deal with it, as Zergs have been having trouble, but he's throwing everybody a curveball now.
Yeah, I guess we just haven't seen that many games of BrAvO either to really just expect everything from him in terms of Terran versus Zerg. We've only seen those 4 games so far, 2 and 2.
It's just that the most recent one was him going mech against Dark.
Maybe
right. After that game, he's like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah. Well, I think there is sheer power in having the ability to go either. I think that it makes someone like Innovation insanely scary. And look at this. I mean, this is actually really out of the box as well, going for the gold base with his 3rd. Really unexpected. And it's going to be up to Losira to kind of identify this is there and shutting it down ASAP.
Yeah, he's actually dropping creep at the other 3rd base of BrAvO right now. He's saying, okay, you're probably going to take that. You haven't taken it yet, so let me delay it. He has not scouted the gold base of BrAvO just yet, so maybe eventually he'll be like, okay, this is way too late. Something's going on. Maybe you took the gold and then scout it, but he's definitely going to want to put on some pressure and not allow BrAvO to take that for free.
Yeah, it's going to make the mid-game a little bit harder for Losira. He's going to be dealing with a pretty scary parade push if BrAvO wants to go down that track. But, despite all that, Losira has been playing a sick read game from himself. He's fully saturated that 3rd. His Baneling Nest is only finishing up now. That's how greedy he's been so far.
Yeah. Look at this one Muta.
He's going to scout it. He's going to go down, actually, to that Widowmine.
I guess that was just a bad rally. He's actually flying straight over a bunch of Marines.
Oh my goodness.
What is going on, man?
Wow.
That is 3 Mutas for free.
Yeah, that was a huge blunder right there. I think he was completely focused. He was not expecting Bio to be there. He must have really overlooked that while he was trying to macro. It's kind of really a strange mistake to be making.
You know what I guess he was going to do? I think he was sending the Mutas towards the back door of BrAvO. And he just ran it over there on attack move, and they just started attacking everything over there and just went down. Now he's like, oh, wow, you have the gold base.
Yeah, you never want to be losing Mutas like that. His Muta count is pretty pathetic right now. 5 Mutas currently.
Widowmine's taking care of that, Overlord. BrAvO, after taking this gold base, he definitely has opened up that other 3rd base to take whenever he so pleases. But he is going to have to be careful. Losira really building up a big Ling Bane army, at least.
Yeah, he's making a pretty sizable army. It's going to shut down anything that might come under creep. But still, he's got to be a little nervous because he's up against a gold base. They are on equal bases right now, which means, in turn, Losira is incredibly behind in terms of economy, as we can have a look right there. Not incredibly, but on his way. He's dealing with mules and a gold base right now, so there's no way it's going to be on par.
I guess on average, maybe like 300 minerals per minute down, 200, 300.
It'll add up, and especially BrAvO has a pretty easy 4th base to take at where his 3rd base would be a little bit later on as well.
Muta's coming over here trying to maybe shut down some drops or maybe go for some harass at that gold base eventually. Hasn't moved over there just yet, though.
Next scary thing for Losira is this 2-2 that's on the way for BrAvO. He's been so efficient with his upgradings that they're well on the way. That's actually going to open up for a great timing, a great attack for BrAvO to go for. Oh, that bailing so close to detonation.
Very close. Nice little pickup there from BrAvO. Yeah, I mean, BrAvO, you were talking about how Losira was going pure greed, but BrAvO at the same time was as well. I mean, he got that third base. He went CC first, got a super fast third CC, took the gold, got his 2 EBs up super fast. So, you know, he's pretty happy with where he's at as well, even now making a 4th CC.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he really played the player in terms of the early game. Like, he was pretty confident that Losira was going to be insanely greedy himself, so he's like, you know what? He's going to be so greedy that I can take my 3rd at the gold base, and I'm not going to be punished for it, and he never was.
Again, BrAvO in a good position, but he's still going to have to perform when it comes to the fight. We'll have to see where his splitting is at. You know, as you said before, we haven't seen so much of his TVZ so far, but I am very curious to see how well he's going to do here against Losira, because Losira's control is, you know, one of the best in terms of Zergs. I mean, he's usually really on top of it, you know, as long as we forgive that Muta mistake earlier on today.
Yeah, certainly so. I'm really liking so far what BrAvO's been doing, you know, shutting down all the active tumors on the map. Ooh, this.
That's the Muta trap, man.
That's the trap right there.
It's a Thor surrounded by 5 Widow Mines.
Yeah, that's going to really catch him out in a bad way.
He has... Did I just see that number right? He has 12 Widow Mines out on the map right now. Whoa.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, I like it. And he's also got drilling claws as well, so that's a scary amount of mines that can do a lot of work at any point in the game.
Oh.
So, looks like probably going to be moving forward again. Wants to take care of more of this creep and edge forward as he maxes out and he starts to work towards that +3 attack.
Looks like Losira's going to go for a very big counterattack. The Widow Mine did not get the best hit, but he's got so many more Widow Mines to follow that up. And I don't think that counterattack is going to do much, but still at the same time, lots of banelings here. Decent split so far from BrAvO.
Oh man, huge mistake as well from Losira, forgetting +2 carapace. It's going to make the banelings go down that much easier. It's nearly finished now. We're going to see a big attack before that happens there.
Yep, rolling in with the banelings. Really nice micro there on that door, picking them up, and all the Widow Mines in the back, trying to support, but Losira will push this back for now.
Yeah, actually, beautiful control with the banelings. Really splitting them up. And he can't take care of the rest of his army if he wants to with Mutas. Deciding not to go full committal, trying to take them down. If he can get on top of these medivacs and take them out, he'd be in such a great place. He's got to get everything together there.
Yeah, look at all those Widow Mines just sitting on the edge of the creep, not participating in this fight at all. Now all the Thors focusing down some Lings.
Oh man, so many Widow Mines actually here.
Oh, he gets that medivac with the Thor in it.
So many more Lings coming across the map though. These Mutas.
Oh, look at how many Mutas just went down to all those Widow Mines.
They tanked every mine shot. Losira was completely out of position with those Mutas. He was not microing them at all during that fight.
That was the second time in this game that he's actually been really, really off with his Muta control. Look at this now.
Here we go again. Not paying attention.
Taking really big hits once again. He will eventually clean this up. But.
Yeah, I guess he's cleaning these up, which is something. But still, bad place to be. He's going to max out as well. We do see that army coming across the map once again, and +3 has finished this time.
Yeah, +3 has finished. He never got the +3 armor. I guess that must have been another mistake here from one of the players. Not the cleanest game we've seen so far, Moonglade.
Yeah. +3 is important, but it's not the be-all, end-all. So long as you have that +3 attack, the fight's dynamic really does change when it comes to Bio versus Mutiling Bane.
Well, BrAvO has secured a 4th base with a planetary now, and he's making a 5th CC, so pretty well, doing pretty well back at home. And now pushing out of the creep, doing a very nice job cleaning all this up.
Oh, here we go again. Losira just going in from one way, which is always risky against Widow Mines. You really want to try and split it up as much as you can.
Yeah, not the best hits so far. He's only got 6 Widow Mines this time around. Maxed out on a lot of Marines, it seems. Bunch of banelings exploding now on a Thor, but he is going to clean it up very fast.
Yeah, that's something, but that took a lot of supply away. 42 Lings about to come out as well, but here we go.
Rolling forward, some pretty good hits in the front, but good splits here by BrAvO. He's got a lot of Marines left over, and the Muta's fighting straight up against those +3 Marines, not doing a great job.
So many medivacs here right now. It makes it so hard to fight. And here we go, Lings and Mutas not too good against +3 Marines with this many medivacs.
Look at this, man, the slaughter. And even if Losira does clean this up, BrAvO macroing back at home. The parade push is real. Losira not looking too happy in that boot so far.
No, he's certainly not. He's really he's got to try and stabilize from here. He's got to get Banelings out more than anything else and try for that 5th base.
Yeah. That
one's going down. There's one of the goal nearly finishing up. Looks like he's actually going to commit to a counterattack with these Mutas, which I don't think is the right time to do so because BrAvO is pushing further and further in.
Yeah. See what he can do. There's one bunker at the gold with 4 Marines in it, and a small army of Marines over here flying over a turret now. He's going for it. It's a bit of a desperate move. He's trying to get on top of the production. I'm not sure how much this is actually going to do.
I don't think much at all at this point. There's really no room for mutant harass when you're up against this heavily upgraded bio army.
At the same time, though, BrAvO did kind of overreact. He pulled back everything off the creep back to his own base. He is going to go on the aggression once again, though, now.
It's also kind of like a level of like stabilizing that 5th base for him because he's upgrading that planetary. There's no rush at this point for BrAvO. He's kind of broke the back of the army once. He has that upgrade advantage. He's going to be on par with bases once again, which is a place that Zerg never wants to be at.
And look at this, so smart from BrAvO. He sees the Mutas out of position, immediate double drop into the back door, and those are +3 Marines once again.
Oh, yeah, really efficient play there.
He's dropping on the Banelings. He wants those trades.
No reaction at all from Losira either. Losira actually really off his game today, actually. I'm really surprised with how he's been microing his armies.
For sure. Usually it's hard to say that about a pro gamer, but we've seen much better out of Losira, just to be perfectly honest right now. And he's about to lose his gold base. Trying desperately to get out a bunch of Banelings to deal with this army. And it doesn't even look like he's going to be able to clean up this small part of it.
No, just really crisp play from BrAvO today. He's playing fantastic, and we're seeing a new side of him with this bio. Man, that is some medivacs. 16 medivacs with that bio army.
All these drones forced to evacuate. Now not doing much, just sitting there. Widowmine planted, going to deny that gold base once again.
Well, from here, it's almost a formality for BrAvO. I mean, Losira's going to need a miracle engagement and then somehow go for a miracle counterattack on a planetary. A lot of miracles have to be performed today, Valdez.
Maybe he can come in here to the 5th base. There are no turrets set up for some reason. Bit of an oversight here from BrAvO. It's going to force out the big repair. Well,
oh, man.
Muta's looking for something, but being cornered off now by BrAvO. Going to be sitting on top of these trees, just trying to get away. He is buying some time, but at the same time, he's not finding much damage.
Not finding much damage. He's not really going anywhere either because he's kind of maxed out or supply blocked at this point. He's making Banelings, but he ain't going to tier 3.
The amount of Widowmine hits that he's taken on that ball of Mutas this game.
I'd actually love to see the number of Mutas that have gone down to Widowmine this game because it really is something else. And look at that, scans everywhere, almost a ceremony at this point. You know, GG scans it from the wrong side.
Offensive GG scans coming out of BrAvO.
It's the new meta. You know, we've done with the mule drops. It's now all about the GG scans.
Well, he's gonna take out the lair. Oh boy. Not even sure why he made that at the back door. A bit more vulnerable even than his main.
Must be a pretty frustrating time for Losira, you know, not really finding a way in. Kind of like huddled in his base right now, just looking for the opportunity to fight on creep.
Oh, the Widowmines with the drilling claws.
Oh.
Getting some more huge hits. Banelings are going to force back the army of BrAvO for now. BrAvo's thinking about a 6th base.
Yeah, I guess why not? If you're not going to leave the game, I'm going to make more planetaries. He might as well just litter his bases with turrets as well so these Mutas can never do anything again. We might even see Losira go for like one big attack. Looks like he's actually going to try for a 5th again. Considering he's essentially 2 bases down at this point. I don't know what he can really hope to achieve through it.
Yeah. Did he ever remake a lair? Is he just sitting on hatchery tech right now?
Yeah, he's just sitting on hatchery. I think he's all but given up at this point. He does have the army to fight, but it's under-upgraded for this time in the game. There's not enough creep to fight on to really even it up either. The amount of mutants that have gone down, something else. But here we go. Mutants fly in. Absorb a Widowmine hit. They're going to go for one big attack.
And lots of Banelings saved up here for Losira. He will actually clean up this entire attack. But at the same time, not dealing with this drop. Going to come in and maybe find another hatchery with some damage at least.
Pretty effective play with these bio when they have this kind of upgrades.
Just one small drop. You can't really send in a bunch of lings like that and hope to deal with it.
It's really amazing what +3 can do for, you know, Marines in general. They just, their DPS just, it feels so different when they have that upgrade.
Did he ever get the +3 armor?
No, he didn't actually. Forgot about that.
He's like, I don't need it. It's fine.
Yeah, you know what? I'll be fine about it. He's gonna try and focus down this hatchery. Ooh.
It's the BrAvO ceremony. Here we go. Muta's once again trying to find some damage. They're trying to focus down this orbital, or the CC rather. And just going to take more damage.
Yeah, 2 mines still waiting for these mutants as well. One goes down.
Didn't rebuild the turret over here, but he's got enough Widow Mines and Marines to deal with it. We got a nice little drop coming in towards the main. This is a lot more Enos than last time.
Yeah, it's going to actually fight the Lings pretty effectively. And slow but true suffocation for the Zerg player. BrAvO having trouble closing it out, but there's no rush at this point.
Like you said, just a bit of a la-di-da game from him. He's like, oh, I guess I'll take my 6th base. Now when am I going to take the middle gold base? I don't know, whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, slowly but surely. You can pick away at that hatchery at any point, too. It's only on about 400 HP, that new 5th base.
High-sec auto-tracking. The Mutas are having a much harder time of dealing with the bases now. Scans going down. Losira just once again trying to stick into this game. Not sure where that Reaper came from. It's a celebration Reaper.
Oh, here we go. Big split, big push forward now. This time, going to commit to the full fight. It's a lot of Lingbane.
Yep. This might be a bit of a last stand here for Losira. He's going to push it back once again. He is going very far off creep now. More Widowmines getting into the mix. The Drilling Claws coming down. Not getting the best hit, though.
This could be the inexperience from BrAvO as well, you know, not knowing how to close it out with this bio sort of style.
Yeah.
He's like, he does have everything in place that he needs to kind of end the game. It's about taking the right fights at the right time.
Yep. Someone like Dream would have ended this game maybe 5-10 minutes ago, to be honest.
Yeah, he just has so much momentum behind him, and he just knows how to make advantage of it. But once again, Losira pushing everything back.
He's somehow sticking in this game, man.
And it's great to see that he can fight back like this. BrAvO has everything to lose right now. There's really no way he should lose it, but he can't seem to fight this army.
Yeah. He was in an unlosable position. Like, Losira was, you know, attempting to do a bunch of harass with these mutas, and BrAvO kind of overreacted, let up on the aggression, allowed Losira to take another base and another base. Now Losira's getting his gold base back. The supplies are even once again. I don't think it should have even gotten to this point.
Still, I mean, look how many bases there are. 6 bases to 5 or 4 in one building right now. So it's still, the advantage could not be bigger for BrAvO. It's just about trying to find that perfect fight. Maybe
he's getting a nice drop on that gold base, by the way. Should be able to cancel it.
Yeah, that's really the thing that he needs to be doing right now, is taking down the extra bases while he tries to push an active hatchery. Always be dropping. Always try and put the army out of position, especially when you have this kind of upgrade advantage.
Some burrowed Banes here off the creep, but BrAvO's going to sneak by him. That's one way to get back into the game, I suppose.
Yeah, it's certainly, I mean, it's going to be such a hard task to get to the bio army with your Banelings, but if they are burrowed, definitely find some work here. Look at these Lings baiting them out. Boom! That's not much of an anti-air army here. Losira could actually clean that up right now if his mutas were in position.
Yeah, they're dealing with the drop. More scans going down, man. BrAvO is really having a hard time ending this one. Although he is, you know, he did cancel the gold once again. And it looks like he is kind of just gathering his forces and trying to go for one big game-ending push at this point. Remaking some Thors to deal with that high number of mutas that are still in the sky. Getting a lot more Widow Mines in the mix as well. And he is now maxed out.
That's it. 40 supply lead with this kind of army. Just about clearing that creep. And he's looking for that gold base in the middle. You might as well just keep the momentum going with your expansions.
I suppose. Why not? Mutas coming in. Getting some decent trades, actually. Not the most damage done to these mutas.
Yeah, it's a pretty big mutaflux right now. Sitting at around
29.
Yeah, wow. Well, it's a lot. They have the maximum upgrades they can get on Lair Tech as well, 2-2.
Losira always really favoring those mutas in this matchup.
I do respect that. I'm a big fan of the mutas. Always a beautiful thing to see.
It does look like BrAvO is responding to it, you know, accordingly, though. He listened to Yumingli. He's littering his base with a bunch of missile turrets. He's remaking a lot of Thors. He's already got 3 in the mix. But again, this is 29 mutas. They can just fly in and target down these missile turrets.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to need a couple more than that. And so these bio have been stimmed so much that they're all in the red, sitting at about 15 HP.
This one Widow Mine just sitting over here. When it dies, he sends another one over.
Mutas are doing something here. He's losing quite a lot of them, though. He's down to 23.
BrAvO's not mining gas. He is not mining gas right now. He's been taking all these bases, but not building refineries.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly run out. He only had... Looks like he had 6 going at one point, but he's down to 5. Oh, he's down to 0, but they've all run out. Still, I mean... I guess Losira's kind of bought enough room to get up that goal base finally. Still, it's a terrifying army for BrAvO. BrAvO just needs to fight with it and needs to fight effectively. When you have this kind of supply lead, it shouldn't be that hard to close out a Zerg that's still on Lair Tech.
I think what you said before about the lack of experience from BrAvO in this matchup is definitely true. I think that's the main reason why we haven't seen this game end yet. This hatchery, though, getting very, very low. A bunch of Marauders sitting in the front, just going to focus it down. They get it. And here we go. Broodlings coming forward, as well as a bunch of the Banelings looking for the hits on the Marines in the back. They get some okay ones and more Banelings to follow up.
Oh, some big Widow Mine hits as well. Mutas flying into so much anti-air. So many Marines, that Thor and a couple of turrets.
That flock that was once 29 is now 11. And he's just making lings at this point. 1 muta on the way. Not much of an economy now for Losira. He does have the gold base, but he's lost his other base there in the middle. Now BrAvO looking to take out the gold base.
Oh, no micro that time around. Doesn't look like it mattered too much. Supply difference. 40 in favor of BrAvO once again, but BrAvO has such an impressive bank right now.
Ling's coming forward. Hasn't really made any Banes. Just trying to fight with Muta Ling at this point. Yeah, he's actually got 0 Banes on the map right now.
Yeah, that's actually a big problem. I think it's this much bio, especially it's like pure Marine at this point.
50 Marines. He's not even making Marauders now.
I guess he can't with no gas, right?
Oh boy, a lot of stuff out of position. No medevacs with these Marines. A lot of them pretty low, but at the same time, Losira just very out of position. He's looking for some desperate damage right now, but he's getting cornered.
Yeah, he's really running out of space here. Muta's going to go back into the main base. 6 remain in that little flock.
GG. That's going to be it. BrAvO finally ends the game here against Losira. Won the game in a way that we didn't quite expect. Played a pretty nice bio style there against Losira.
Yeah, definitely mixing it up. But, man, I feel like that went 15 minutes too long, Valdez. He had such an advantage the entire game. Just not knowing how to close it. Kind of feeling relieved now. I'm getting some anxiety there, Valdez.
You're like, this just isn't supposed to happen. This should have ended.
Yeah, well, still, fantastic play. Great to see BrAvO mix it up. And, I mean, props to Losira for lasting that long as well in that kind of situation. Never an easy thing when you're that far behind as a Zerg player in terms of every sort of way possible.
If you had to pinpoint one thing that really went wrong for Losira in the game, what would you actually say, speaking from a Zerg standpoint?
I always think not reacting to the gold base taken was a big mistake. I feel like Losira had a lot of space to work with in that kind of situation. Like maybe go for some aggressive Ling Muta Bane play. You can kind of bounce between the natural and the third base because there's no real way to reinforce an army on either side. So I feel like Losira played it too passively and he fell behind simply because of that.
Yeah. Definitely could see that. Losira just, to be honest, didn't look all that comfortable today. A lot of different control mistakes, lost a lot of units for no reason, just throwing them away, not paying attention, looking back at his base, not really sure what he was doing at different points in time. But I definitely agree with you. Very passive play there from Losira.
Yeah,
while you know, BrAvO sitting back, getting gold bases, 4th base, 5th base, 2E base super early. Ultimate greed from this turn.
That Muta control was a big problem. I think that lost a lot of momentum for him. Losing those few mutas that early on. Yeah. Like 8 mutas is a great harassment amount, but if you're down to 5, you're not going to be able to do anything early game with them.
That's very true. Guys, we're going to jump into game number 2 here. The first mirror matchup we're going to have of the night. With many more to come. It's going to be Blaze versus Deer. PvP. Blaze looking better and better. What I see in this player is that, you know,